How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And you know what time it is. It is time for the joke of the day. If you're new to this channel, we do this 5 days out of the week. Maybe you had a long, maybe you had a stressful day, or maybe it was the market conditions while you came to watch this video, plus hear one of my corny jokes. Here it comes. What did Jay-Z call his wife before they got married? Fiance. Get it? Fiance? But anyways, what we're going to be talking about today is OCGN. It had quite the pullback inside of the market. I even tuned in on Webull showing my thoughts, and people are saying, hey, you're leading your army of penny pinchers. Another person said, hey, this stock is not going to go below 491. And I'm saying, hey, let's see how well it could actually test the 470s. And what happened? Ended up getting down to 468. I'm going to continue to be straight up and honest with you guys. I refuse to tell you to buy into a play when I know myself that the stock is on a downtrend. It doesn't make sense. I don't want you guys wasting your hard-earned money. There's other opportunities out there. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what OCGN looks like in the bearish case scenario as well as in the bullish case scenario. Like I said, I want to make sure you're prepared. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know what was the buying and the selling behavior like on the retail side and the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for OCGN. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $4.81, being down 9.25%. On the low, it tested $4.68, and then on the high, testing $5.28. When we take a look at our volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 21.514 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days being at 15.12 million shares. So we did see above average volume on the day, and of course we were dealing with some selling pressure since we saw the stock pull back. Now when we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below, it is right around 31.74. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we are below the 50-day, the 200-day, the 100-day, and as well as the 21-day EMA. And like we've confirmed in previous videos, OCGN is in a bear market. So I went on Webull today and I was saying, hey, there's a good chance we're going to be testing the $4.70 range, and we ended up seeing a low actually of $4.68. So going into tomorrow, if we decide to have another pullback, then of course I'm going to want to see some strength right here around the 420s. This would be essential because then if we start testing $4, then we could easily get down to the $3 range. So that would be the bearish case scenario, or if it continued to pull back. Now, if we're looking for a strong reversal, we're going to have to get back into the $5 area. We ended up seeing a high of $5.28. So you'd want to see momentum above this and then see a move where we start getting into the 570s and seeing where we can go from there. We also do know $6 is a psychological area. I'm hoping we don't use $5 as a psychological area because that's where we can start leading into that bearish case scenario. So let's see how OCGN performs going into tomorrow. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for OCGN. So for the dark pool short volume ratio, it's at 54.07%, and then for the dark pool short volume being just over 2.29 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 700,000, updated 10 minutes ago. And then for the short ball free rate, it is at 1.53%. Now, when we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we can see for the close of the 10th, it was at 55.79. And then for the close of the 13th, being at 54.07. So what this tells us, OCGN does have have short squeeze potential. There's many shorts who are vested in this play, and this is part of the reasons why we are continuing to see downside pressure. When you have short sellers all over the stock and you have people selling out of their positions, you're going to see OCGN trading at the prices where it's at. So now let's jump into the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for OCGN. So we can see here on the inflow is at 17.66, and then on the outflow it was 19.64. So we ended up having an outflow day. Taking a look at the breakdown even further, on the large we had 1.48, on the medium we had 12.00, and on the small we had 4.18. Keep in mind these numbers are in the millions. When we take a look at the outflow side on the large, it was 0.24, on the medium it was 14.86, and then on the small it was 4.54. Taking a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for today, December the 14th, ended up being 1,235.4. So we do see institutions have been loading up on shares for the past 3 trading days. When we analyze the numbers even further, taking a look at the small scale orders, you could see we had more selling than we had buying, but it was still fairly close. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, we had more selling than we had buying. And then for the large, which potentially could represent institutions and funds, we had a lot more buying than we had selling. Now, when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was right around 10.98%. So yes, this is high, but not surprised considering we had a lot of volatility inside of the markets. We saw OCGN get down to $4.68. So we had many who were taking advantage of the dip, and also many just selling their positions, just seeing the stock go on a continuous downtrend. So with this volatility, this is why you want to make sure you're prepared. I know many of you told me, hey, I took advantage of that dip. So if you're able to catch it right at $4.70, then you would be up in your position. But again, you have to assume the risk and have a concrete strategy so you're coming out on the winning side of your trade. So let's jump into the final thoughts and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for OCGN, it definitely needs to get past that psychological area of $6. We talked about that for quite some time on the channel. The last thing that you want happening is $5 being a strong area of resistance, because this is where we can start really getting into the lower $4 range. I say this because I want to make sure you're prepared for this, and then you can make the decision for yourself whether you want to pursue this as an investment. I would say personally to remain patient. I have not gone heavy with a position whatsoever, and I'm going to continue to wait until the right opportunity arises, and also when the price actually finds itself. I want to see a confirmed base, and this is why I make sure that I'm very open with you guys when it comes to my strategy. I will not tell you or even suggest, because this is not financial advice, to buy this stock at the high or even to buy this stock when it's in the middle of being a falling knife. I don't want to do that to you. I want to make sure you're seeing success inside of the markets, and I really don't care what other people may have to say about that. Also, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, it does continue to have short squeeze potential. So this is why if we have volume picking up and there's a lot of buying pressure, or we end up getting a strong catalyst, then we can see this stock starting to move. We've seen this many times in the past. At this point where we are with ocugen stock, we're just gonna have to sit down and wait for the news to come. They said they were gonna provide some updates. Plus, on top of that, we have Bharat Biotech that said that they're going to be looking into doing studies in regards to covaxin and the new Omicron variant. So like I said, we have to continue just to be patient and wait. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see how OCGN performs going into tomorrow, especially since we do have the Fed meeting. I know you guys are looking out for that as well, so I'll continue to keep you updated with these OCGN videos. We'll be talking real soon.